In the early hours of March 18, 1990, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston was subjected to the largest art heist in history. Two thieves disguised as police officers gained entry, subdued the two security guards, and over the course of 81 minutes, methodically stole 13 works of art. The stolen pieces, which include Johannes Vermeer's The Concert and Rembrandt's only seascape, The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, are collectively valued at over $500 million. More than 3 decades later, the FBI investigation has led to dead ends and countless theories. No one has ever been arrested. None of the paintings have been found. Inside the museum, empty frames still hang on the walls, waiting for their return. At 1:20 a.m., the thieves parked in a hatchback near a side entrance, approached the museum door and rang the buzzer. They informed guard Rick Abath via intercom that they were police responding to a disturbance call. Seeing what appeared to be police uniforms on the museum's security camera, he let them in. The thieves lured Abath away from the security desk, which contained the only panic button, by telling him he looked familiar and might have a warrant for his arrest. Once Abath stepped away, he was forced against a wall and handcuffed. When the second guard, Randy Hestand, arrived, he was also handcuffed. At 1:35, both guards were led to the museum's basement, where their heads and eyes were covered with duct tape. At 1:48, the museum's infrared motion detectors tracked the first signs of movement in the Dutch room on the second floor. The thieves smashed protective alarms, threw paintings onto the marble floor, and crudely cut canvases from their frames with a blade. They took Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee and Vermeer's The Concert. They also stole a tiny Rembrandt etching and a lady and gentleman in black. To this day, The Concert is considered the most valuable stolen painting in the world, worth around $250 million alone. Oddly, the thieves also grabbed a small bronze beaker from ancient China, worth just a few $1,000s. In the short gallery, they took 5 sketches by Edgar Degas and a 10-inch bronze eagle finial from the top of a Napoleonic flag. They appeared to attempt to take the entire flag but abandoned the effort. And finally, they walked into the Blue Room and removed Edouard Manet's Chez Tortoni. Curiously, no motion was ever detected in this room by the museum's sensors during the heist. The only recorded movements were those of guard Rick Abath during his earlier patrol. The empty frame for this painting was later found on the security director's desk. By 2:45, they took the video cassettes from the security recorder and the data printouts from the motion detectors, but left behind the hard drive that also captured the movement data. The robbery concluded after 81 minutes. The next shift of guards arrived in the morning but couldn't get inside, so they alerted the security director. When police entered, they discovered the 2 guards bound in the basement. In total, 13 pieces of art had disappeared, valued today at more than $500 million. Yet what makes this crime so puzzling isn't just what was taken, it's what was left behind. On the 3rd floor hung Titian's masterpiece, The Rape of Europa, one of the most valuable paintings in Boston. Raphael and Michelangelo were also untouched. The Gardner Museum itself had been vulnerable for years. Founded by Isabella Stewart Gardner, a wealthy Boston socialite and art collector, the museum was bound by her will. She demanded that the galleries remain exactly as she left them. No works could be added, removed, or rearranged. That's why, even today, the museum still leaves the empty frames hanging, a haunting reminder of what was lost. The investigation that followed was massive. However, even after decades, no arrests have been made, and none of the stolen pieces have been recovered. So what happened? One theory pointed to an inside job. Suspicion quickly fell on Rick Abath, the young guard who let the thieves in. On the night of the robbery, he opened a side door briefly during his rounds. Some believe as a signal. He was also the only person logged in the Blue Room where the Manet was stolen. Years later, the FBI released a video from the night before showing Abath letting someone else into the museum, raising more questions. Still, Investigators concluded the guards may have simply been too inexperienced, even foolish, to pull off something of this scale. Abath always maintained his innocence until his death in 2024. The FBI announced in 2013 that they had identified the thieves. However, they had already died many years earlier. The trail of the stolen art, they said, led through Connecticut and Philadelphia, where an attempted sale was reported in 2002. Investigators connected the art to Robert Guarenti, who supposedly handed pieces to fellow mobster Robert Gentile. Gentile denied it, but an FBI polygraph suggested otherwise. A search of his home uncovered a news clipping about the heist and a list of the art's black market value, but no paintings. To this day, the Gardner heist remains an open wound in the art world. 13 treasures are still missing. Together, they make up the largest unsolved art theft in history. The museum continues to offer a staggering $10 million reward, the largest ever offered by a private institution, for information leading to the art's safe return. And yet, more than 3 decades later, the empty frames still hang, silent witnesses to the night Boston lost its masterpieces.